either created or changed a name on some kind of Cash App, and that it had Polly's name on it. Okay. And she decided that she felt that was identity theft, and that she was going to contact the police and Cash App. She said that she contacted the police on Christmas, and they were coming the next day. But as you can see here, it says, doesn't it? Wait, does it say that day? I'm trying to see which day it says.
It says December the 26th.
Yeah, December 26th is when she called in the afternoon, not on the 25th. She was claiming she called on Christmas on the 25th, and they were going to come the next day. But she didn't actually call till the next day. Okay. The officer says they contacted Polly. Of course, she stated she's entering hospice care, and she has EDS. I don't know why that's related to this, but she decided to tell the police officer that. She says until recently, she was a public figure on TikTok.
I almost spit my drink out when Scam read that to me.
What?
Yes, girl.
A public figure on TikTok.
Her career is ruined.
And that on 12/24, she discovered a TikTok account, 13's Vessel, who was collecting donations on her behalf. I don't recall her saying it happened that way. I don't recall her claiming that there was that the 13's Vessel account was attempting to collect donations on her behalf. She stated she would never condone this and does not know who 13's Vessel is. She doesn't know who she is now, but yet her name's on this report. I just redacted it out. That's weird. The account started to harass people to donate through Cash App. And that Polly was made aware. Where has she ever claimed or showed any kind of proof that anyone was harassed to donate to that Cash App? So the story, again, I mean, there's a story here, but it doesn't match up with what she said on her live streams. Polly contacted Cash App. They began their own investigation and provided her with a case number. It says Polly attempted to donate through the Cash App and it was accepted. And then she's claiming that 13's Vessel then changed her Cash App to be, I don't know, Polly's name. She believes the account is owned by, and it's 13's name there. And, but then it says, I am unable to identify a suspect. Action recommended. Suspend. Forward to, and they were forwarding it to a police department in Florida. And 13 doesn't even live in Florida. And Polly knows that. Now, when I requested these records, I also want to tell you that there were 5 police reports related to her name and or her address that were filed during the year 2014. I was able to get these 3 of them. 2 of them do have ongoing some type of court proceedings, and I was not able to get those. One of them was from January 1st of 2025, and that had to do with some type of theft. I don't know what that was. She never even told me about that. So I don't know what that's relating to. Again, it wasn't anything related to DV. It was regarding a theft. And then there was one in June, and it was, I'm going to give credit where credit's due. She did file a report in June regarding the food stamp card being stolen. Okay. And that's currently being either investigated or prosecuted. They told me to get those reports that I would need to get approval from the DA's office. So they weren't able to give me those right now. But I was able to actually get a list of all the reports for her entire name and address for the past 10 years. It doesn't give me all the details. It just gives me a list. Because this is what I got to choose from. So that's how I know that the January 1st one was a theft. There's the identity theft. The one she's claiming about the Cash App there, that first line. Down here where it says supplement, contact business and DHS office, that's the one about the identity theft with regard to the food stamp card. That's being considered identity theft as well. But what I want, the main point of this is it tells me what the charges are for each of these reports. This goes back 10 years. There are absolutely no police reports relating to any type of DV or anything regarding a pew-pew or anything of that nature, any type of violent act against Polly for the past 10 years.
So survey says she's a big fat liar.
Yep.
Don't forget catfish.
Oh, I'm going to show you that too. No reports relating to DV or any kind of violent interactions against her with her name or at that address for 10 years.
And now let's troubleshoot here, okay? Because at some point she'll come back on here, and what she'll do is she will say that we're victim shaming her, and she didn't file the police reports because she was afraid for her life, yada yada yada.
But look how many times she lied to me and other people, and on live streams and personal messages, like all over the place, all over TikTok and in personal messages. How many times she claimed that she was calling the police? She never called the police about the pew-pew situation. She never called about the alleged situation where he pulled her down the steps. She never called about the threatening and harassing phone calls. She never called about this abuse of a disabled person. She didn't call all these different times. I mean, so y'all were keeping track of all the times in the messages where she said she called the cops, right?
11 times.
And there's only 5 reports for 2024, and one of them doesn't even have anything to do with, she didn't even tell me about that one. And 2 of these reports are all together. They're kind of combined. They're related to each other because they were the same day.
And again, none of them were because of DV situations.
No, and she was blaming you, Scammy Claus, and you, Dora, for being attacked.
Yep.
Yep.
And then she changed it to me, T, Rim, and Scammy Claus.
Yep. And now she's sending me emails claiming that I'm putting her in danger now. Now I'm in that group too. I'm putting her in danger, supposedly.
Yep. I want to throw up.
You know what? Jaxie just said, I'm doubting she's on hospice. My opinion and my opinion only, I have my doubts.
I said the same exact thing.
She has manipulated people to garner so much sympathy and empathy and attention. And guess what? Gifts and money.
I said to you, Scam, when we talked a while ago, she really is no better than any of these beggars on this app. The difference is she hid it. She hid it behind all of these fake situations that she put out there that she cried about hysterically for days. She manipulated people emotionally to feel sad for her. She manipulated people to send her money, send her food, send her gifts, all of that stuff.
Yep.
Wow.
I know I'm not the only one. And I mean, I even though I did financially do things for her, including sending her 2 boxes of food and a gift and cash, and paid for the majority of an air conditioner for her, I feel more, emotionally manipulated and taken advantage of, because my emotions were all over the place when she would contact me with these frantic messages. I would be so upset. I would be crying. I would be angry. I would be,
But I mean, the thing is this, we don't come on this app and judge every single person that we meet as they're a terrible person and we have to watch out for them. We get bit in the ass, absolutely, like, you did with Polly and all that. But you don't go into a friendship thinking that they're lying about something. And I mean, like with Dora, if Dora ever contacted me and said, man, listen, I need help, I need something, I would help her just because I have no reason to think that she would be other than being honest and truthful.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what you did. And that's what people did with her, because who would think that somebody in their right mind would lie about all this stuff?
Right. Right. I mean, if somebody claims that they're a victim of DV, I believe them. You know what I mean? And I was a victim myself, and she knew that. And for her to do that to me and to other people, especially those who have been victims and can identify with real life situations like that.
Yeah.
The accusations that she
horrible.
made against you of what you had done to her.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Accused me
Wild.
of being an abuser. Accused me of being an abuser. And does anybody remember, she held a live recently, and she had her mom there. And she was joking and saying, ha 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 ha, Mom, people are saying that you're not even my mom. You're not even my real mom. They're saying that your name is Shelly Reynolds. Does anybody remember that?
Yep.
Yep.
Mm.
All right.
Get ready. Hold your pants up.
This is a list that the police gave me showing the relationships of the different people that are mentioned in the reports. I redacted everything else, but look at that. Over to the left, that is Polly's name. And then it says child of Shelly Ann Reynolds.
Wow.
And this is the same mother that told me she hoped I unalived.
Yep.
What is with these people with their names not being their names? And changing names and wild. What else could they be hiding?
So her name is really Shelly Ann Reynolds. It's not Juliana Martin or whatever we were told her name is. That's her real name. Why is she lying about her name? I'm not sure what her mom has to hide, but that's her real name.
Weird.
And I'm not doxing it. She literally talked about it on a live and laughed about it and said, hey, Mom, they're all saying that my mom's name is Shelly Reynolds. Isn't that funny? My mom is not Shelly Reynolds.
Ha ha ha.
Let me put you back in the box, Gammy. I apologize if you got
Right, Breezy, that's what I'm saying. But why are these people changing their names? I don't get it.
yeah,
It's
did she do another
fucking
name?
weird.
No.
It's
No,
fucking
that's her
weird.
mom. It's still her mom. It's still her mom. It's still her mom. That's her. But that's her name. It's not what she said it was.
Hey, Scam, when was it that you, me, and I think it may have been Dora, when we were, doing some research on her? When was that? Was that 2 months ago?
I don't really remember.
Yes, it was.
Remember we kept hitting brick walls?
Yeah, when you can't find any family members.
You can't find family members. People's names have changed. They have multiple aliases. You look at those aliases, there's nobody in common. I mean, it is freaking weird. And, one other thing that I wanted to bring up, Scam, and this is something that she had talked about, okay, multiple times during a live. So this is not putting anything new out there. What was that story she told about when she was a kid?
She said that she was kidnapped, I believe at the age of 6, and like held captive in a room for quite a long time until she got returned, and the guy went to jail or whatever.
Now, isn't it interesting that I did research on that because she said it happened in California? Right? Didn't she say she was brought to California or something?
Yeah, she said she was taken to California, yes.
Right. And isn't it weird that there were no police reports anywhere in California on that happening?
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible to look up somebody's new name and see if they changed their name? Or is that like gone once they do?
I think the dead name.
That's her original name. That's her original name, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I think she's been lying about her name. So I was also.
She said she changed her name when she was a kid, right?
Oh yeah, that Polly did. Yes, she changed her name.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering if you're able to look that up or if that's gone once somebody changes it. Like if there's any record of that.
I'm not sure.
Remember, I mean, we know who her mom and dad are, and she has their name.
Yeah,
she has their name.
Yeah, Shelly is her mom. Mm-hmm.
So how could she have changed her name if she was a little kid if she has the same name as her parents now?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, the police, police reports don't lie. Police reports don't lie. And somebody sent me a picture that she sent to someone just recently. I want to say maybe about 3 months ago when she was trying to dry beg. Now, I don't know, I don't like putting out a bunch of pictures or unattractive pictures of people and things like that. But, she decided to give out a bunch of my personal pictures that she's the only person that I sent them to. She's literally the only person I sent them to. I never sent them to anyone else. I never posted them in any mod chat. I never posted them in Discord. I've never posted them on Facebook. Like nowhere, only to her. And her or tattoos. I think she gave them tattoos, and he actually made the account. It was called Winner Winner Chicken Dinner, and it was posting pictures of me in scammy claws. I don't know. I don't think the account's there anymore. I looked for it today and couldn't find it, but they were posting all these personal pictures that I had sent to Polly in messages. And actually, they were awesome pictures. I love the pictures of myself. I guess they were just trying to embarrass me with these pictures, but they're actually pictures of me enjoying life and having a great time. But anyway, so I have a picture that someone recently sent to me that she was sending to people while she was dry begging. They said that
Hold on, guys.
They said this is her dry begging picture. You ready?
Oh, Lord. She keys it up for those, don't she?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I don't see any tears, though.
Thank you to the person that sent that to me.
Wow.
And she sent me lots of other pictures. I mean, she sent me ones of her forever family and this and that. I'm not going to share anything like that. But, since she wanted to show personal pictures that I had only sent to her, I'll show some of her pictures. She can show any of my pictures. I don't want her showing my family or my deceased mother or anything like that. And I'm not going to do that. Just showing pictures of her. She can show whatever pictures of me that she would like, because I actually like all my pictures. There's one she sent me. Since they wanted to post one of me before weight loss surgery, apparently that's one of her before weight loss surgery quite a while ago that she had sent to me. How about that one?
I feel like I've seen that one before on Discord somewhere or something.
Wow.
Definitely not what she portrays herself to be.
Can you say catfish?
She needs more than a therapist.
I mean,
I told her in my email responses that I felt like that I told her I think that she really needs to get serious professional help. I really do. I cannot help her. Like, I tried to be a friend. I tried to help her. I tried to support her in every way that I could. And all she did was turn around and lie on me and accuse me of being abusive. And lie to me about all of these situations just to emotionally manipulate me. And I'm sure she's done it to others.
If this wasn't online, it would almost be to the point of like Munchausen's.
Scammy, see Dora's comment?
I did.
Okay.
You know,
I know it's moving quick.
And Scam, you know, this is one of the things that has bothered me, okay, for a long time. And you and I have talked about this behind the scenes, is all of the groups of people that were going after you relentlessly, every night, every night, every night. You wonder, were they getting false information about you because of her? And they were basing what they were saying based on what she was saying? You know?
I think that's still happening. I think that's still happening now.
And that's
Well,
the
her
part,
and
you know,
tattoos started all of it, didn't they? Like the ultimate beginning part was her and tattoos. Well, tattoos mainly, but her and tattoos.
I think it's still happening. Yeah.
and that's what I'm thinking. Think about the depths of the manipulation that Polly has used on so many people, whether it was as simple as telling somebody that, oh, well, you know, Scam said this about you, but don't tell her, you know, because that was one of the things she used to use all the time. You know, she comes across as a friend like, listen, you know, I'm not trying to start anything. I'm trying to look out for you. But, you know, and then she puts something in there. All the way from something as simple as that to the manipulation that she used emotionally on you. It seemed like every time you went on vacation somewhere, she would like text you constantly about
Drawing her
issues
back in.
he was having. I mean, it was sick. And you know, I don't know. I'm just, you know, she has destroyed so much of what was good on TikTok when you guys used to do, you know, the lives and all that. I mean, she has destroyed that. She has disappointed so many people, you know, and then forget about tattoos. I mean, tattoos is a complete fraud, you know, because everything he was saying about who he was and what he did for a living and this and that, all lies.
They're
All
both
lies.
frauds.
He created this persona that's not even close to the real person he is. You know, Polly created this larger than life persona on social media when all she really was a manipulative dry beggar.
And she was talking about creating a platform for victims and to, like, you know, off of that.
Yeah.
Don't forget, she was also a public figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Public figure on TikTok.
Yep.
Well, Scam, I'm glad you're finally able to kind of get this out there. I know it's been weighing on you a long time, and I haven't been around a whole lot lately, but I've been trying to peek in now and then, but I know it's been weighing on you a long time, so I'm glad you've really been able to kind of take control back and get this out there. It's got to feel good. Weight off, at least, you know.
I mean,
probably not good, but a weight off.
I mean, looking back, I suspected that she was lying about things. And so I was like, okay, she threatened, she said she called the cops like all these different times. You know, and I was like, I wonder if that's true. And so I, I started requesting back in January, and it took 2 or 3 weeks for the first department to even get back to me and let me know that they didn't have any records. And then the second department, the Clackamas County Sheriff's Department, they were actually pretty prompt. They gave me a list of all of the reports for the last 10 years, and they let me pick which ones I wanted to request. I requested just the 5 that were from 2024. 2 of them they're not able to give me unless the DA approves of them, so I was able to get those other 3.
I see
And
you
I,
guys putting in the chat that there's an account in here claiming to be her. Can someone tag that account? I
I
cannot
don't
see it.
know. I don't know which
It's
account
a
that
fake
would be.
account.
It is? Okay. I saw a couple people
Yeah.
mentioning it and I just can't catch
It
it.
says we know is the name. It's got 1 follower. Yeah.
Okay.
And let's remember also what precipitated this, okay? Remember back in January, she started going on live and trashing Scam. She started trashing me, in a less, not as much as Scam, but she was going on her lives and doing all this shit.
Oh, and she was making all these videos. I mean, I have all of those. I mean, she hasn't been back since she posted this. Remember, she was going to do this?
Yep. And remember what we did, Scam. You and I.
Did that live ever happen? Remind me.
Nope. My tyranny. We won't be manipulated. Panicking
I'll never
ways.
forget because we were in Atlantic City and Scam cried and cried and cried.
She talked like she did so much work on the lives and stuff. I've been a mod for a while. I never saw her do any work for anything. It was
Thank
always
you.
Scam and the
Breezy, she
mods.
stayed up all night doing
never
it.
did anything. Anytime she was on the Discord, in the group chats or whatever, she was either getting ready to go to bed, she had just woke up, or she was asleep in the chat. We'd have to kick her out, or she would just be talking. It was never about, she'd join in on the conversations, but she didn't do any of the work for anything.
No.
Yep. No, Breezy helped a lot. And there are other, honestly, there are other former mods that helped a lot as well. But Breezy was an integral part of that whole Dot live. And again, that live wasn't about Polly. It was about Dot.
Mm-hmm.
But she was
And we even said we believe that she could have known, but we didn't know for sure. We said we didn't have any proof that she knew. Mm-hmm. We said that multiple times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, she made all kinds of, videos.
These were great videos, too.
When I was on Pastor Betty with the other lovely ex-mods of Scamslam.
These are more. I could hold a live for days with all the screenshots I have. You just don't know. I had to cut a lot of screenshots out of this, or we'd be here all night. We'd be here for the next couple days, and I can't do that because I leave to go to Miami tomorrow. Yeah, I have yours too, Scammy. This was when you put that out.
I like this.
Mm-hmm.
One of these things is not
And
like
you make some funny videos.
these things just doesn't belong. Is not like the other before I finish my song. Look very carefully because what
Yeah, I have them all saved. And some of her rants, like that. I mean, she was just off the charts.
You're a fucking giant piece of shit.
She was calling us POSs here.
Santa Claus. And thanks, Scamslam. Just so everyone knows, this is what happens when you leave a cult. This is the bullshit. If you go on Pastor Betty and you tell the fucking truth.
Nope, she didn't tell the truth though.
No.
Smear you everywhere they can with
Yeah.
some fucking bullshit. Scammy Claus, you're a piece of shit.
I think she thinks you're a piece
I
of
would
shit.
have loved to
I
do
think
the
so.
video with this fucking filter off, but my eyes are so fucking swollen from crying hysterically. You literally could have used a picture of me, any picture of me. Who the fuck looks good after cancer surgery? Offbeat.
Well, that other picture wasn't
Certainly
after
not
cancer
me.
surgery.
So you're such a great
And she
person
didn't just get her
for
ass beat.
using that picture. You
We already
piece
proved
of
that.
Shit, bitch. How fucking dare you? Had you have done this shit in the beginning of your TikTok career, you would have no followers because that was a piece of shit thing to do.
Piece of shit.
And you remain a piece of shit.
Piece of
And
shit.
you will be known as a piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
For the rest of
How many times did she say in this video?
Fine, you don't like me? I don't give a shit. I don't like
The
you.
new OMG.
And you were a fucking weirdo with me anyway. And I haven't told anyone about that. So
Oh, because it didn't happen.
I could absolutely fucking
We'll
start.
talk about that in
Oh,
a
is
minute.
she going to say Scammy
Let's
Claus
keep going.
hit on her like everybody else?
Yeah, she thought everybody was in love with her.
Everybody hits on her.
Really? Really? You're going to use that picture? I literally was on this app on Christmas. It's a video. Check it out.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
on
I
me.
showed that. I that too.
Check it out, Scammy. It was Christmas. Yes, my
And she used a
actual fucking
filter
face.
on that one too.
Yes, that's what I look like. It sounds like you're fucking jealous because you're a hideous goddamn she beast. Fuck you, Scammy. Fuck you, Scamslam. You know, you can send your friends fucking pictures when you're fucking struggling. Oh no, they're gonna fucking use it against you because you left and their platform went to shit.
Oh,
Because no one follows Scamslam anymore.
really?
And everyone knows
14K?
you're a piece of shit. You know
Okay.
what?
I beg to differ.
More important than my domestic violence and my cancer surgery is the fact that Scamslam is Pizza Slayer.
Oh.
And the fact
Oh.
that you,
I have all those.
Domestic violence
stuff
that was
too.
reported.
and is stronger to get everyone off her back. You did that, but you won't address it, right? You won't address it. I'm sure you won't. It's much cooler for you to sit and talk about my cancer surgery and my domestic violence. You're an absolute fucking piece of shit, Scammy. Oh, you spend
Piece of
more
shit.
time with me than your wife? Oh, but I'm sexy? Oh, okay, Scammy. I see what's going on here. I see
Everybody
that.
hits on her.
You got some burning fucking loins. Maybe you need to go work that shit out so you can get some post-nut clarity and realize that you're a piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
And maybe you should spend more time with your fucking wife. Maybe she'd actually hang out with you. If you
Scammy
weren't
echoing that cracks me up.
you're an embarrassment. You're disgusting. The fact that you use this shit against me, my cancer surgery, literally, who the fuck looks good after cancer surgery? Who the fuck looks good after DV? Certainly
After
not me.
DV? When
Certainly
was
not
that?
You.
There's no police reports on DV like you claim.
Shit. And fuck you for saying that I'm the abuser, you fucking cunt. You are disgusting. Seriously, I hope you get locked into a porta potty for the next 875 fucking years in the hot baking sun because that's what your fucking ass deserves. Fuck you.
Now, I've put this out there before, all kidding aside.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let me turn that off.
One of the things that I've put out there before is this. How long was I in your Discord for? Like maybe a month, not even?
That's what I would estimate. Yeah.
Okay. The main reason why I left that, okay, is that whenever I went in there, Polly made me very uncomfortable because she would make a lot of sexual comments and other type of comments that didn't make me, I felt like she was trying to come on to me. And as everybody knows, I'm married and it was creepy. And then she started putting out messages to people saying that she and I have coffee every morning and we talk throughout the night. And she was putting out all this weird ass information that wasn't happening. And at that point, I was like, I can't go in there anymore because she's weird. Like she's mentally ill. And like the last thing that I needed was for her to claim that I was doing that. And, you know, thank God there were other people in there that, you know, saw this and we're like, well, yeah, she's made us uncomfortable too. So, that was the main reason that I left that Discord, because that mod Discord, whenever I went in there, I felt uncomfortable. And I would just be trying to talk to, Scam or some of her mods about what they were doing, what, who they were going to be covering, the information that they were doing, and how everything, like how they did all their research and all that. And, Polly would be doing nothing. Like she would be doing absolutely nothing except like putting, memes in the chat, in the mod chat, that were, sometimes a little bit questionable. But, just some of the comments she made were just a little bit crossing the line.
And she would say things that were completely off track of what we were trying to discuss. She would be saying, oh, well, I got an email from this person today, and they told me this and this and that, and this person's doing that. And, oh, this person told me that this other person said something in this live yesterday, and blah, blah, blah. Like, and I literally had 100 people message me and tell me that this person said this in a live about us, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And you know what?
When you were in there, you were only in there a few minutes at a time. Like you didn't stay in the chats for like a long time. You'd be in there maybe 10 minutes max.
But she was saying that I would be in chats with her all night, and that we would have coffee every morning. We would talk, and she felt like we were such good friends. And I was like, whoa, nah. Because I'll tell you, one thing I did with Polly that I made sure is I never trusted her. I never trusted her after the whole Jen thing. I just never trusted her. So, like, I never gave out any information about me. Scam has my phone number because after all of these months of knowing Scam and, she's an awareness person like I am, she has my number. Dora has my number. Those are the only two people on this app that have it. Because I realized over time that you have to be very careful with these people on this app.
Yep.
Absolutely. And you know what? I wanted to mention something else about the timing of the emails that she sent me. That very first threatening email where she all of a sudden, that live about Dot was back in the middle of October, right? She sent me those messages like almost a month later, I think, 3 or 4 weeks late, maybe 3 weeks after. Okay, so it wasn't like it was right away. It was like 3 weeks afterwards. She sent me those emails threatening to blackmail and extort me. And that night that she sent those, earlier that day, Dora had been live, and she had been live streaming and discussing Gigi Wink. And I had been in Dora's live, and I had been commenting here and there and things like that. And I was participating, in Dora's live with no issues or anything like that. And as much as she hated Dora, I think that's what triggered her then to all of a sudden go off about this stuff. And the timing of it was just, to me, seems like that's why she decided to go off. She was pissed that me and Dora are getting along because she did not want that. She did not want that at all. Because she literally sent all of those emails later that same night after I had been in Dora's live for a couple of hours. But yeah, she posted a bunch of wild stuff. Oh yeah, there was this.
However, with the money that was donated, a air conditioner was bought. But there was like 270 or 250 left. I do not know whatever happened to that money. I don't know. She said she was going to give it to me, but she never did. And no, she never ever sent me money.
I did send her money. There's the screenshot.
You showed the receipts of that money from the air conditioning and all that. Like long before that.
Here she's asking for the air conditioner. There's the air conditioner. There's the receipt. There's my credit card receipt. There's my credit card receipt. There was another one I wanted to find because I found another clip. Let me see. This one. I just found this today. It's an old
You
clip.
have tried to ruin everything in my life. You tried to get a hold of the
She's talking about 13 here, I believe.
that literally aggressed against me with domestic
Oh,
violence. Tried to
Who aggressed
a year
against
ago
her
today,
with domestic violence?
Take out life insurance in my name.
Oh, life insurance in her name.
What?
Yeah, she didn't even
Okay,
mention
he
until
did.
you gave her that idea.
Yeah, that's right.
I forgot about that.
Oh, he did. Not
her ex was
okay. And stole my food
Okay, he
stamps
did.
and my SSI check and overdrew my bank account by $500 and was renting out my property to a bunch of houseless individuals.
Oh, he was renting her property out now.
This person abused me.
Oh.
But I saw a screenshot.
A lot of stuff he did that wasn't reported.
It didn't, I don't even think she meant to catch this, but it was 13 saying, well, how do I get a hold of her ex? Do I use this last name, or this last name?
Oh my gosh.
You're trying to get a hold of the person who was literally being looked at for putting poison in my food.
Oh, really? Oh.
Really?
Where's that
You're
investigation?
trying to get me put
Where's that police report, Polly?
You're going to save them and take them somewhere and drop them right back off with the person.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, this person,
And doesn't
She's
she
claiming
have
they
like
were
a
looking
really
at her
bad?
ex for poisoning her. There is no police
Doesn't she
report for
have,
that.
like a really bad immune system because of her illness? So I mean, any poisoning would have been very quick. Like it would not have done like most people. It
Right.
would have
She would have
put
been
her in the
gone.
hospital very quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, this is where, and this was just in January. This was a live that she held.
you know,
Well, she was
obviously they're in a
slamming everybody.
situation now where they can't do anything. And that is their own karma that they did to themselves with their addiction. Okay. But this person,
The principle of it. Let's be real. It is.
I live alone.
It is.
I live alone. This person is a
say that.
danger. This
Danger.
person is a danger. You know, for you to get a hold of them is so sick and twisted. I live alone. You're putting me in danger. I'm a person who doesn't have a lot of physical strength at this point in my life.
And this is what I mean when I say I am so sick of people
Yep.
going real life. You guys, like these trolls, right? There's a troll and then there's...
No, it's just me, but if I lived alone and I had somebody doing all of that all the time to me, I'd move.
Well, I mean, there's no police reports to back up the stuff she's saying, and she told me that she contacted the police during all these different incidents. How many was there? 11 of them. There was one other thing that I wanted to show you. Let me find it.
If all that were true, there's actually agencies, especially in Portland area, that will help pay for relocation for victims of DV.
Well,
They're
she doesn't
in
have
every
any
state.
reports. She doesn't have any reports related to DV, and I don't see any record of any kind of protective order or anything like that. And the only incident that we were able to find was against someone named Joseph Levi Gibson. And they were arrested, and I believe that person is now deceased. I just wanted to bring this up. Here, Polly and I were discussing a scammer, actually. We were discussing Kenesha Davis. Kenesha Davis was accused of abandoning a bunch of cats and dogs in a house in, I believe, North Carolina in the wintertime with no heat or electricity or anything like that. And we were very angry about that. We were discussing it, just chatting back and forth about it. And she was saying, I know, right? Like, what the fuck? That house is freezing, cold, poor animals. And I said, yeah, it pisses me off. It's dark a lot of the time. They're stuck in the cold and dark, probably cold and scared. Me too. Those poor babies can't fend for themselves or survive in super cold weather. So we were having a conversation about that. So I just want to point out a video she posted in January, and I want to see if you notice anything about this video.
Oh my God, who's excited? What? Who's excited?
Hold on, I'm going to
Say hi
rewind
to
it.
TikTok.
Let me know. Tell me if you notice anything
Oh my
here.
God, who's excited? Who's excited? What? Who's excited? Say hi to TikTok. Say hi. Yeah, definitely. Tiva, are you excited?
Look at this hand dog.
Oh, somebody.
Hand dog can see its breath.
Oh my God, who's excited?
Look, what?
Who's excited?
Look at the dog's breath.
What?
Oh, now that you pointed out, I see it. I didn't see it at first.
Mm-hmm.
Say hi to TikTok. Say hi. Yeah, definitely. Tiva, are you excited?
The babies.
Can see it there too.
You guys are ridiculous. Oh, somebody's grouchy.
Watch it again here at the beginning. You can see it again right here.
Who's excited? Who's excited?
And
What?
Chihuahuas are already really cold. Like, they get cold really easy.
So she was so upset about somebody else's animals being left in the cold. And I just want to point out, let me see, where's it at? I have a screenshot to show you. Give me a second. If I can find it here. I might not have put it in the folder. Give me one moment.
Well, listen, thank God we know Thomas, or we know Daniel, who rescues dogs. You know, maybe he can reach out to her.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Lord.
Let me just play the video and get the screenshot. Give me a second.
Oh my God, who's excited? Who's excited?
Give me 1 second.
What? What?
This was still on her account the last I saw, by the way.
Say hi to TikTok. Say hi.
It's on Paranormal Polly Loves You.
Definitely. Eva, are you excited?
Here we go.
Guys are ridiculous.
All right, I got a couple of screenshots here of it. Give me one moment. I'm going to point this out to you. Does that remind you of anything?
Oh, poor baby.
Whose dog does that remind you of?
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. And she was always on here railing against her for her dog's nails being like, oh wow, her dogs are not as bad, but still bad.
Yeah, it's not as bad. Still doesn't look good.
No.
So, yeah, just saying, maybe she should spend less time on TikTok and more time taking care of her dogs. And I don't get why it's that cold in there. I know she has said before that the house doesn't have heat. But, I mean, how can it have electric and not have heat? Like,
Some form, yeah.
yes. Mm-hmm.
If she's in government housing, they check that stuff. Like, they come in ever so often, like in some big cities, and they will do inspections.
She's not in government housing, but you would think that, I mean, that would be against some type of city codes. I mean, you have to have certain utilities available in your house, electric, water, you know.
Yeah, you have to have heat and air.
Yeah, I mean, if you look it up, for you to be able to see your breath, it has to be 45 degrees or colder.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Google it. Google it.
And I get cold in my house when it gets below 65. I have to keep mine at like 67. I get cold. So I couldn't imagine a dog being that cold.
Yeah, and I'm like, there are certain areas of my house that are a little bit colder than others. And in those areas, I supplement it with a little electric heater or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
sometimes my bathroom gets a little bit colder than the other rooms because it actually has a door with a balcony out the back. And so sometimes a little bit, you know, it's an old house. It's not all that well insulated. So it's colder back there because a little bit of the cold air leaks in through the doorway. So if I need to, I supplement the heat in there with a little, you know, space heater.
So this is why not everybody needs animals. I mean, yeah, people are poor, people have financial troubles and stuff, but when you take on animals, it's the same thing as having a child. You're taking responsibility for them, and they can't do for themselves when it comes to stuff like that. So if you can't give them basic heat, air, food, stuff like that, then you don't need to have them. It's just cruel.
Yep. Does anybody have any questions? Would anybody like to come in the box to share anything? Because to be honest with you, like even just preparing for this live was just so emotionally draining for me. Some of it was like kind of like reliving a bunch of this stuff over again, and it was exhausting.
I'm sure.
It was exhausting because again, I had just a roller coaster of emotions at the time, and they were real emotions and real concern, real worry, real anger, and all of the things. And, and it's like looking back, it's like none of it was real.
I'm glad you finally got to speak your truth on it, though. I mean, you deserve that.
Like, this puts everything to ease, everything that they blamed you for against everyone on the other side. It just, you can breathe and it's over.
Yeah.
Well, I have a feeling she's going to be back. So I don't think it's over. And she still, has that threat out there that she's going to, put out information about my friends and my family and their pictures and stuff about my job or, where I live or, different things. Let's hope she doesn't do that.
Report it.
She doesn't do that because if she does, I mean, I have lots more screenshots. I have lots more stuff.
Absolutely.
Don't think that that's all I have. I mean, we went through over 150 screenshots right here tonight, and believe me, I have more. Scammy has seen a bunch of. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you don't go gloves off unless you absolutely have to.
And no, I've been trying to not do this, but I really just needed to prove to myself that I wasn't crazy for doubting a bunch of the things that she told me. I thought, am I a bad person for doubting these things that she told me when I thought she was my friend? And so I requested the police reports. I absolutely did, and it. I'm not crazy for thinking that because a whole bunch of things that she told me were just completely fabricated.
And if anyone does see her post anything about Scam's family and stuff after this, as she's not going to be as much on the app, please report them.
Yeah, any personal info,
yes,
stuff like that, definitely.
Scam, I just found something very interesting. So you remember when her ex was arrested at that brawl that took place?
No.
Yeah, the ex-lady.
You mean, are you talking about James?
No. Do you remember Polly dated that woman that was arrested for causing mayhem and...
Oh, yes. Naomi,
yes. Funny because Joseph Gibson was at that same brawl and arrested.
Oh, really?
Yes.
In the same circle.
Yes.
Wow. So she probably knew him. I had a feeling. I was trying to remember. Now, maybe someone will remember here. Does anyone remember when she was live and she said a couple of times that a friend of hers had passed away? And she even had supposedly a real life friend of hers in the box during one of the lives. And they were talking about it because they both knew this guy. And I'm trying to remember if this is the guy because he did pass away, I believe in June. And I'm wondering because they were upset, and she was saying it was such a close friend, and he passed away, and the other friend was like he was, this and that. Because I found out things about him. He has a very, very horrible past. He has a past of abusing women and children. But I'm trying to remember what the name was that she said, because she did say the name during a live stream, and I was trying to look back and see if I had a copy of it anywhere, and I couldn't seem to find that. But she was very, very upset that, you know, of him passing away, and was saying that he was a close friend. And I just can't remember the name
What
she
I
said.
find weird, this guy just lost a lawsuit for trying to sue the city.
Recently?
$1 million lawsuit.
But when was that?
Just recently with that. Because I just looked up his name in Google and it was showing that he was arrested during that same time Naomi was arrested for the same exact thing.
Well, I mean, I think the stuff that I saw showed that he passed away sometime over the summer.
Let me go back and look, because there is one that passed away, but it was in like 1970.
Yeah, there was one. I found it. I don't remember where I found it, but yeah.
I saw the obit that you showed.
Yeah, you type his name in that county where he was arrested for the warrant. And it shows, I'm not sure if it's the same one, I'm just saying I find that awfully funny that her ex was arrested there.
Wow. Yep.
But it was going under the name Joey.
See, that's what I'm wondering. Did she say the name Joey when she was mentioning it to her friend? Because she was saying about how someone had passed away recently, and she was so upset, and her friend knew him as well, and all this other stuff. But if that was
He
her
claimed
friend,
to be James in that police report, right? Weird.
but yet they arrested him because he was staying on her property. What the heck?
Right.
In a tent? Weird. It's all really strange.
And that brawl that took place, a bunch of people were arrested, like 25 people.
Yeah, she was arrested for something relating to Antifa.
Yes. And that's exactly what he was arrested for. But under the name Joey.
GJG, because they lied to me and scammed me and other people. Yeah, I'm definitely
Was it
looking
around
for
the time of all the 2020 stuff, or was that more recent?
It's a quick friggin' Google search.
right?
Literally. If you want to know about a news article, that's what people do. They Google search.
Right?
I Google search shit. I'll Google search.
That's what Dolly did to
myself.
come up
Shit.
with that lady that was unalive that she said was the name was being used to threaten her or something. Remember? She just Google searched it and said, "Oh, I don't remember the name. But it was that name that somebody said in the chat one day, and she was like, they put that name in the chat to threaten me."
Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
was just looking
Yeah, she
because
claimed that she
genuinely-
received it on a live threat, and she was so upset that none of us were upset about it. And it's like, no, they just put like a name and like
Asked if you knew 'em.
something, in the
Yeah.
chat.
And she Googled that name and found an article and was like, oh, well, see, this was I don't remember what she said, her neighbor or something to do with her. And she was like, here's the article. But what was funny was when you opened up the article itself, in the Google search, that name was there. But when you opened the article, it was a completely different name. So she didn't even open the article to read it before she used it to, to show that it was a threat to her or something. Because it had nothing to do with it. Just the name was in the
It
Google
was the name
search of the article.
Ina something.
Yeah.
And somebody
Ina
put
Martin.
the name Ina Martin or something in the chat, and she like immediately flipped out and said that meant that was an unalive threat. And we are like, what? And so then I guess
Because it was
she
her
Googled the
neighbor or
name.
something.
Yeah, she Googled the name, and it had something to do with some type of crime against that person from like years and years, and years ago. It was some type of old article from like the 1920s or something. I don't know. And then she
But it
claimed
wasn't even about an Ina Martin. When you opened it and read it, there wasn't even an Ina Martin in it.
yeah, I think it was
It's
Ina
just
something
sometimes
else.
Google. Yeah, sometimes Google, it'll pull up and it'll have, it'll say the name in like the bold letters and stuff, but when you open it up, it's not really in there. It could be linked somehow into another article or something, but she didn't even open it to read it to see before she used it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, and I'm hoping too that, Scammy and Dora, I mean, this completely like vindicates you, not that you had to feel any type of, I don't know, guilt or anything from it, or feel any kind of way from it still, because it was a while ago. But you know, she was claiming that it was your guys' fault that she was attacked on April 10th, and there's no record that occurred, or
And
that
you would think that she would have filed a police report.
and she said she did.
She said she did, because she said she was waiting for the police. Remember, and she gave them our names.
Mm-hmm.
So, question: the fact that she did call on the theft, I wonder if she went as far as to call on that just to have a police report or have something to show for it, or if she really was concerned about somebody breaking in that day.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, I would hope nobody would go that far as to waste police resources on it, but
Yeah, I mean, the police reports answer a lot of questions, but yet they still leave some questions unanswered too. But it at least, vindicates a lot of things, and it proves that she has lied about very serious and horrible things, and she's made these horrible allegations against myself and Scammy Claus and Dora and Better Days and Rem and 13.
and her ex.
I don't know.
If
Just a bunch
his
of
name was
people.
out there, if her
What's that?
ex's name was out there somehow, then she's put all this on him too.
Who?
Her ex.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
she's put all these on. If his name were to get out there, she would have put his name in the middle
Look,
of all this.
His
stuff.
name is not on. His name is only on, from what I saw, is only on the one about the food stamp, the identity fraud food stamp thing in June. Yeah. Nothing that I have not seen that the ex's name, James, on any police report regarding any kind of, violent crime against her at all.
Were there any public records on him?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, but not related to her.
No.
Okay.
There was things about rug related charges from what I saw.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see any anything related to any violent crimes.
So
If there's something out there, maybe I missed it, but I only saw things related to like rug possession and things like that from like years ago. Because there's actually a mugshot out there and stuff too. Yeah, James is not their birth name.
Yeah,
So yeah.
but it's his legal name, so it would show up if anything
Well,
were there.
I don't know. Whenever I look up records, it only comes up under the birth name, so I'm not sure if they did legally change their name or not. To be honest, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Anything that I was able to find came up under the old name. So. Mm-hmm.
Well, we already know she wasn't telling the truth on it, so there's no, not really.
Oh yeah. I mean,
he's been drug up enough, anyways. But
thank you, living in paradise. Yeah, I mean, it's just. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm, to echo everybody, I'm glad you finally got this off your chest. It's been a long time.
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Time.
Yeah, and it's again, we all know that legal documents and police reports and all that don't lie. So there's no denying the information that I received at all. We were all emotionally manipulated.
That. The fact that you would go to these extents to try to pin shit on people and do the shit that you've done to people and show your face is deplorable to me.
Well, even the stuff she tried to do to Jen was way, way beyond. Just to do what? Get some clout? Become a TikTok? What does she call herself? TikTok.
What was it?
Public figure.
Not a
Public figure role.
Yeah,
figure.
public figure on TikTok, like because she wanted to take Jen down that bad.
By sitting in the box, dry begging and moaning and complaining.
No, it was by trying to pin a hit on her, and it was trying to pin rug purchases on her, and all kinds of stuff.
Horrible.
And so I mean, yeah, like we bring awareness to scammers, but like we
don't lie about them.
We don't lie about them. We don't, like we tell the truth. If we see something or if they're lying and we know they're lying, we call that out. We're not trying to like set up stuff. And you remember she was also trying to set up for Jen to buy fake rugs.
You know what's funny? Did you say this man's name was, and I'm just asking because of the police report.
It's Joseph Levi Gibson.
Funny because there's a news article about him being paranoid about somebody trying to poison him.
Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me.
And a pew-pew.
What?
They may be friends then.
Hold on a fucking minute. Hold on.
Oh my God.
Said, hold please.
We're gonna need a part 2 to this whole thing. Oh my God.
He went to court with his brother and the brother's ex-girlfriend who were trying to poison him. Dead ass.
What does it say? The results of that word? Does it say or?
He was a homeless guy, and he become like the eye of the neighborhood in the area. So the news actually covered this big story about him and his past.
Yes, I came across an article about that, but I didn't see the part about poisoning and all that.
The same exact story of what she's told is in this article.
What?
What was the year
So
of
he's
it?
really known in that neighborhood then, so she knew him probably if he's that well known in that neighborhood.
Dora, what was the year of it?
Holy moly.
2017.
Wow. Yep. Well, I mean, and her claims were what, in 2023 that it happened?
Yeah, I saw
where
a
she got
post
the
of an
ideas
article. I saw a post of an article about him on Facebook, and there was an article about him being homeless and how he had changed his life around or something.
No, and this is talking about how somebody broke into his home and beat him.
Oh my gosh.
This entire story, like for real. Hold on.
Well, no, the article I found was more recent, and it was how he turned his life around and was trying to do good things or something. And then somebody posted, it was on Facebook, and then somebody in the comments said this guy actually had passed away, and people started partying RIP, RIP to the guy. And then someone else commented and said, no, not RIP to this guy, like something really bad, like he should actually burn in hell, like he abused women and children, he was a horrible person, like and I think they said that they were either like in a relationship with him or a relative or something. Like they knew this guy in real life and they were like, no, he needs to like burn in hell or whatever. Like it was crazy. It was some kind of Facebook. I don't know. I have to go back and find it.
Well, it talks about like his tragic past and the things that happened in this man's past and how he was abused and he was in addiction at the time. And he was pew-pewed and beat by his brother and the ex-girlfriend, and the ex-girlfriend and brother tried to poison him. Like, wow. The story is so crazy. Like, this is like...
That's weird. What made them write a story about him? Like, was he... That's weird. Unless it was like an ongoing case or something.
I'm going to give you it after him.
Welcome in, Elizabeth, by the way. Welcome in.
Hello, everyone. I just wanted to point out a couple things. All the stuff that she would be doing in the Discord would then, when things were coming out and people were attacking you, you were getting blamed for because you weren't moderating over her and making sure she did right. Or she would say that you and her had messages and you were agreeing that she should do this, so that way it came back on you to always make you look like the guilty party for not doing what you were supposed to. And those things were even coming up when she went into like Petty's live way back then.
Wow.
You were basically the blame for everything that happened in Discord.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she would. I know she would post all kinds of stuff, and I would be like, "Why are you posting that?" Like, she would post things that would like anger people. You know?
Yes. I also wanted to point out the fact that in the photos with the dog, or the videos with the dogs, on the black tiles, you can see where it looks like frost, and where the dogs are going, it is scratching that frost.
Oh, you think it's frost? I didn't look
think
at the
it's
floor that
frost.
close.
Because it's got that white sheen like frost would have.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look at that again. I didn't even think about that. I wasn't even looking at the floor. I immediately, the very first time I saw it, right away, I saw the dog's breath, and I was like, what? And then the nails didn't look good either. It's okay, Vicky.
And I just wanted to say that I've always followed you, and I blocked her. So,
well, thank you, Elizabeth.
You are
I
my
appreciate
go-to
your
person
support.
always.
I appreciate your support. Did you have any questions about anything at all?
Oh no, just little things that I've noticed, like with the whole thing with the cheated things, and then it would come back on you, like things in her life, in your lives. She's getting thousands and tens of thousands in gifts, but you're the one making money off of your lives.
Yeah, and she
I think she made way more in gifts than you ever did.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I donate mine. I know she did one donation. I don't know if she donated any of the rest of her other gifts like she said she was going to do. She only showed me proof of what, well, she told me she donated one time. I don't know that, I'm not even sure if she ever really showed me proof of that.